and that added up a little bit more of the days of visiting friends and that kind of stuff. And I was like, maybe it's just enough, maybe um, enough of the excuses. So yeah, today just getting back into the group, gonna do some of the heavy back training, nothing crazy, just to throw some punches and get into groove. And yeah, when we're back in Toronto again, which is this Friday. Hello, Matt. Good to see you. I hope everything's doing well. So yeah, just gonna start warming up. Some water here. Let me know if the sound is okay. What's up, Red? Hi, hi. Everything's all right, except when when you're off like more than 2 weeks and it's almost a little bit feeling lazy. This is how it feels now. So, which is okay. I'm here, so I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I'm feeling better. It's still something. I'm still coughing a little bit, and it's just weird. It has been weird virus going around. I think everywhere, not only in Vietnam. But other than that, it's fine. Just let me know how the sound is, and body got to heal. Oh, that's correct. That's why. Um, well, training has to be reintroduced gradually as well, right? All right, only a couple questions. The sound and the connection. I happen to run out of my data as well, so I'm on the local Wi-Fi. So I hope it's good enough. Everything's good. Good. All right, good to hear. All right, it's gonna start warming up. My body definitely hurts after the lane bus trip experience. It's like a 6 7 hour drive at the very least, and the buses they have cabins. We just lay down. It's quite comfortable. It's way comfortable, way more comfortable than sitting down. However, after arriving, you feel it. Hello, hello. Let's get rid of that rust, dust, how you call it. Yeah, yeah, a little bit of the rust. Hello, feel free to join the chat. You're in Thailand. Close enough. It's Vietnam. The gym looks very Thai, but it's in Saigon, Vietnam. Okay, lower body. Everything hurts. Damn. It's nice to meet you, though. Only exercise I've been getting. Well, since the Christmas, after I got sick, I was just walking. A lot of walking. It's nice to move my body more than that. Can you fight like a pro? I'm getting there. Specifically in the boxing, for those who don't know me, I practice and train boxing. I like watching mixed martial arts. However, this is where it stops. I do boxing, and this year I'm looking forward to open my pro record, start the pro boxing. But it's also about it's more the decision to do professional boxing. What you want for the sake of showing. Like I started live streaming and just giving some tips. I like watching boxing matches and finding the nuances, analyzing it, and then well, why wouldn't I show it like my journey, how I do it, how I do get some professional fights in, and from there it depends how it goes, obviously, right? But with the right attitude, with the preparation, with the right focus in the preparation. So that's basically what I'm live streaming about. Bonjour. Hi. Okay. One more sip. I'm gonna start showing hands just lightly, nothing crazy, just as a part of the workout. You can see this bag is already worn off. The paint is I assume a lot of people like to use that bag. Hello. Okay. Let me. I'm gonna take off my watch and I'm gonna time it. So that's better. The time. I'll do 2 minutes. 2 minutes round for the beginning. It's good entry timing. It's also for women. It's the. I think there was one fight. I forgot who was fighting. It was like a nail timing, but usually it's still officially 2 minutes and maximum 10 rounds in professional female boxing. So we do 0, 0, 2, 0, 5. I'll make that. Yeah, please don't spam, guys, because well, our moderators will time you off. Hello. Whew. For that pace. Sorry, I need to cough again. Still something left in my chest. Yeah, I'm getting there. I've been in another boxing. Really hard for many years. And since last year, been training, coming back to the optimal shape, building this completely new attitude, new knowledge. Whew. However, I was a little bit, not a little bit, quite sick by the time it was Christmas. Some sort of plague or virus. It's my first time training since then. So yeah, it can be frustrating, but if you're kind of in the same situation, don't let that get to you. Just start gradually. Like this was quite high pace for me. In general, that would be quite a good pace, even if there was an actual fight, like constantly throwing punches, with the hard ones, explosive combos. But now I'm gonna pace it down, and I'm gonna do rounds like focused on the just basics, like just jab or like a 1-2 combo or certain other combos that I like to use, and I want to make it work better. And some requests too from the chat. I can try some combos that you ask me to do in the chat. And I'm not gonna follow strict 1 minute resting period right now. I rather prefer to recover a little bit longer. I think. Hi. Looks really good. Thank you. Thank you. It's coming back, and those backs happen in the people's in the athletes' lives very often. You know, they can be at the top shape, boom, a plague or something, or injury, and sometimes because they have to start over. That's what I'm saying. That is like a part of all of it, that lifestyle. So don't let those little downfalls get to your skin and frustrate you. Hi, Australia. I'm in boxing. I have some live streams regarding MMA, but just the fights and upcoming events and everything that everyone's talking about. You know, all those hot topics. But I strictly practice boxing at this point in my life. My opponent gave me a purple eye at the last week boxing session. Was it the training sparring? If yes, that is not good. If that was maybe an open ring tournament that obviously you had to sign up for it. Then, oh, I'm sorry to hear that, but take it as a learning experience. I'm from Georgia, the country. Uh, Born and lived most of my life before traveling in Tbilisi, Georgia. Hmm. Very, very humble. Can I do that? Actually, it's time to restart the time. So I'll restart the time. It's gonna be more of the jabs and jab left hook. I love left hook. That's probably one of the hardest punches. And yeah, I'll show you my food. Here. Let me see. Timer. Five, four, one. So this song is going to be more of the sleep. That's the good. Keep it on the side. My favorite combos is a lot of good shit. I can apply it to one, two. I want it over like my hand, you know, at least like the wild finger, like shit. And includes the shit that is like this is one left foot. Okay. Stomach check. That's always good in my case. Good job. Seconds. Come on. See what I do at the tip? Yeah, like push. Like hard, yeah. Whew. Hello, Bali. I know Merab and Tapuria are from Georgia. Of course I do. Same country, yes. I mean, Tapurias, they were born in Germany, lived some time in Georgia. Their parents are from Georgia, 100%. Their mother is actually from Asian war refugee. So they had it tough in the earlier. I think it's second round, strictly pretty much only. So a lot of things you can do is like jabs are not only a punch. There's so many variations of it. And there are a lot of ways to use it. So for example, I'm not a southpaw. Guys, don't let the camera fool you. It reflects it. I'm an orthodox, so this is a southpaw, but in camera I'm gonna show you it's an orthodox. Okay. Love the way you just switch up. Love it. Trust me, I love it too, and I'm doing my best to fluently being able to execute it in my fighting style in the ring, on the sparring, and essentially on the fight. Cutting angles is the win thing. If you learn how to do it correctly, it's a big advantage. Sakartvelo Gaumarjas. Sakartvelo Gaumarjas, yes. Where I practice boxing. Hello, hello. Thank you very much. I'm getting back into shape again. It feels so like my body's still a bit nosy, but uh, I'm gonna ignore it. It's just things like that happen. As I said, sometimes injuries, some health issues, plague, viruses happen in the peak of performance. Like when an athlete is preparing, it actually tends the harder they push themselves and the higher level they get into their physical preparation, body has to maintain so many things, the muscle density and cardiovascular. So the metabolism works very, very hard. And essentially, there is a moment where a person can be exposed. Their immunity system actually can be more vulnerable towards, well, anything pretty much. That's why it's very important to keep a good nutrition in, good sleep, and good restorative balance between recovery and training. Like even me, let's say I'm putting some impact and training quite hard for myself right now after being sick. Well, I need to let myself rest after and put it into right periodization. You see Vietnamese water. Yes, that's true. Mike Tyson footwork. But yeah, peekaboo, cross foot, shifts, the matter shifts. Tyson been people underestimate or underrate sometimes how his footwork specifically, not only his power. No, I'm Boxer too. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you as well. Vasil Lomachenko Futu, what do you think? I mean, what I'm doing, what I've been doing now is inspired a little bit by him. Specifically, the way how he does shifts. And Tyson, he would do that maybe sometimes, but not too often. However, Lomachenko, he always sets up. So people think that he's just moving that way. He sees everything. Well, he does a lot of setups. So for example, even the right hand, a person expects you to go back, but in reality, you shift one, two, right? You're already on the side. And also, he would do just pushing. So he's not only sleeping. Very often, I would see him just press opponent's body with his guard to feel the good distance and to the leverage. Because if you're that close to them, it's actually the best position to shift from there. Not be fully in the clinch, of course, but just have a little leverage uh, and using your body weights and their body weights to help to shit. I'm Georgian. I have some Russian and Ukrainian roots from my mother's side, but I was born in Georgia. My father is Georgian. Are you married? Yes, I am. My husband is from Norway. He's with me in Vietnam. He travels with me. He's just sleeping because he worked last night a lot. So Dmitry Pirog was a master. Do you know him? Dmitry Pirog. I heard, but like I never. I don't think I watched his fights. Uh, okay, let's continue. Another round. This time, it's just gonna be. So what I'm gonna do, and I think no matter what combo you do, it's the one puncher. Yeah, there are some boxers who like to do this. You know, okay, well, they might seem that they're more fluent, but they're actually more exposed. And Prince Hassan Hamed is a good example. He was amazing. He actually had an amazing record up until he fought Antonio Barrera with the very classic strong boxing. And one of the key of those is a very hands up and a good quality guard. So you don't throw a punch and just keep it here. What you do, okay, let's say you throw jab, and you see, I already have hands because I can do this, I can do this, I can reflect a lot of counters or at least anticipate. Obviously, it has to be a habit, right? So it's just a certain style that you can lean into to train. That's what I like to do. It. If you there are a couple sparring live streams that are saved in my channel. If you look it up, one of the things I have even better. I mean, comparing even to my footwork and everything else, I think I really upgraded my guard. I'm using guard in different ways. And it looks a little bit. Sometimes people say like Tyson, but obviously it's not purely a peekaboo style. There's some elements I like from peekaboo style, but it's just generally having a good, diverse guard execution. You know, you can use guards for so many ways. Reflect punches, sleep them, set up things. You know, it's possible. So, thank you. Appreciate it. So again, so this round gonna be simple. It's just gonna be 1-2, but then it's gonna be always like 1-2 something after. So never relax. That's what I'm gonna do now. Just have a sip of water, and I'm just gonna do that. It's all about the footwork. Well, footwork is part of it, but look up very interesting boxing. Nicolinho Locci. I think he was Argentinian. The best head body movements and the timing of like defensive timing in history. Like it's like a Philly shell. His style was very similar, but He was just natural in it, and he wouldn't even rush with countering or punching. He would just exhaust their opponents by slipping through all of their punches. Like it was crazy, and his footwork was not. He didn't even use that much of footwork. He would very often he would walk like, but precise timing. So the point is, in the modern boxing, all of those aspects matter: footwork, um, body movement, guard execution, uh, working on the obvious punches and the not only just one puncher, two puncher, but like at least two, three puncher combos so you can explode and counter or go on an offense, and all of that you use to for timing. Then you kind of build up your style, and then what's next? It's about establishing your timing, your pacing, so you are comfortable. You know exactly where you need to be, and yeah, footwork is definitely an important part of it. Soviet boxing is very prominent into like this type of. A lot of you like Bivol, right? So um, he's definitely his style, and he definitely executes it very well, heavily leaning onto the footwork and controlling distance in that way. It's good, gradually getting there. As I said, it's been my first training in 2026. Had a nasty play. Still have some leftovers, but it's fine. I'll just getting the So, as I said, we have one, two combos, very simple combos. So, okay. For example, one, two, you just cover that up with your left hand. And so, also that's that. One, two, one, two. And then one, two, close pieces. Now I can do for the long pieces. One, two. And I raise my one, two, right hand. Like this roll. Long Japanese. And she does flat. It's the that was more like this one, two. One, two. Eventually, stay big. The guard, and then from the closer distance or middle range, uh, throwing back the cup. So again, one, two. Great again. And 1 second. Just gonna sit down for a little bit. Whew. So let me still look through the chat. Do you like Felicia? I do. I really do. I'm not very good at executing it because I don't really practice it as my primarily style, but I definitely feel sure it works. It just depends for whom. Uh, Peekaboo. Yeah, I'll try to show a little bit. As I said, I'm not doing pure peekaboo. It's very energy consuming style. It's destroying, but it's energy consuming. So it's like if you follow, if you continue fighting with peekaboo with as wired as in the first few rounds, you're not gonna be as efficient and as explosive. Just uh, muscle endurance and cardiovascular endurance. It's just like at least you have to recoup. Sometimes you might slow down one round, and then in the pro boxing, because this is how it works. You that's why changing styles is good. You might go explosive, but then you realize, okay, you need to pace it out a little bit, and all of a sudden you become into a defensive but good defensive style, and then you come back with a more offense. Whew, relax. Yeah, maybe I should. Definitely got speed, love it. Appreciate it. I mean, I'm very light, so even now I'm 55 kgs, and I would go all the way down to 48/51. We shall see. I want to go as low as I can first, but very often, sometimes, especially in the beginning, they just match up someone a little bit heavier because they don't have simply the this is boxing. No, it's like a minimal weight. I think 48 is a minimal weight in boxing, and yeah, if that doesn't work, 51 works. It works for me. Um, but have you seen a current reigning champion, WBA, I think, Gabriela Fandura? She's massive. She's like 175 centimeters and crazy reach. And she's so skinny, but so, well, she's blessed for, just she's in the right weight class for herself. And she can just rely on the long distance, just countering and just farming with the like a Kronk style boxing, just 1-2, 1-2, like Tommy Hearns, So, but that's why I'm working on a lot of shifts and just getting in, and it might be not pretty all the time, but you get close in clinch. But even in a clinch, you need to learn how to use that clinch, right? You're not just hugging and trying to save yourself. No, it should be your comfort zone. Once you get into that clinch, right? Once you got into middle middle distance and short distance, this is where your place is, and where you work on levers and work throwing punches on the arms and shoulders and head, obviously, right? But really, trying to use the power, which I have. I have a speed of power, and a lot of others have too. But yeah, here we talk about what is the peak of the performance. It's timing. It's actually cracking up that code of your opponent and make it the way that they cannot crack yours. That's very simple. And there are um, there are some boxers who are not as fast, not sometimes not as powerful. Power is usually a good factor, but not as fast, at least say, and they still win because of the timing. And timing doesn't mean only a lucky punch. It also means usually boxers like that they have a good guard, so they can defend themselves from the gunshot of the punches. It reminds me of, I think it was like the last fight of Pacquiao versus Marquez. It was their fourth fight, and the first one was draw. Pac-Man won by decision, I think, and the last one was a brilliant knockout by Marquez. And he was not faster, he was not bad at footwork, or nothing like that. Just timing. He was studying. He was patient, right? So it doesn't mean that you shouldn't train power and strength and speed and footwork. No, you need to train all of that, right? We all need to train to be able to uh, execute timing. Uh, better, right? But establishing the timing, learning how to see those openings, pace, break the pace, that is the highest art of boxing. Okay, so okay, what do we have here? So are counter punches effective or just fence? No, of course it's effective. But counter punches are different. There are counter punches. You've probably seen some of the flamboyant type. Like I'll show you a little bit. So I already rested enough. I'll just put it here. So you see probably like like this is usually that happens when the other opponent is already defeated, and the winning boxer, they just see that and they're more relaxed. But depends, like, you gotta be careful with that because sometimes your opponents might be defeated and then all of a sudden they like an elite level, you shouldn't relax that much, like ever. But if you see boxers be like this, they're usually already they know that they won and they just break their opponent mentally more and more. However, counter punching is anything, everything. It's like you rather reflect or step away or sleep under or weave under a punch or two or whatever it is. You might even get punched in your face. It's completely fine. And then you respond immediately. Basically, that is a counter punching. That's why it can be one, two. This is a counter punching. This is a counter punching. So counter punching comes in the different shapes and forms. So of course it's not just fancy. It is definitely it's one of the points of boxing too. So very often there are a lot of fights that it's built up purely on the counter punching, rather from one side or sometimes it's both sides, and they're literally standing up. Sometimes, very often they set up jab jab, and they know that the opponent's going to come in. They counter punch. They just set up everything to create a counter punch, and counter punching is one of the ways to um, execute, find the timing, I guess. It's good, it's feeling good, not bad at least. Still not 100%, but gonna do more. Tommy had the crazy reach. Yeah, he definitely had. Same speaking like Eminger girl. It's tough to analyze your opponent. You haven't fought them before. You have seconds to judge them. Not exactly, because in amateur boxing, even there you have materials to watch their performance before. In professional boxing, you know who you're fighting. That's the beauty of it. You can analyze actually, and when you see opponents, it's actually harder on the beginning level. If you're fighting, you're nobody, and you're fighting nobodies. Nobody meaning they're just not the high level or known boxers. And it's just like there. This is harder because it's very often you cannot find their materials. But when it's in higher level and the higher competition, it actually not as hard to get a hold of those materials and analyze it. And uh, very often the win comes with that background work. There's a lot of background work too um, before the boxer steps on the ring. Same goes for with MMA fighters too, and any type of fighters in the combat sport. A roundhouse kick. I don't remember how it's done exactly. I was just feeling that like, but as I said, I haven't done proper kicks since karate. I think I did karate before boxing, so this is how I know it's a little bit of technique. But I'm not gonna do that right now. They need to put up the age up with the amateurs. What do you mean? They have the juniors. It starts till since 11. I think it's like youngsters and juniors, and they're um, seniors start from 18, but there's also competitions between 18 and 21, 22, 23 years old, and then there is like everyone above 18. So yeah, in amateur there are age classes. Oh, that's what you mean. The 40 years is the oldest. I understand. Well, I think, yeah. I mean, it's possible. It shouldn't. If you have someone who's 45, or even 50 years old, and they've been training all around, it's not someone who is amateur complete, because you wouldn't put a person to fight when they are older and experienced. It can be a little bit of shock for the system. But if we're having a very like experienced people who just do that for many years, yeah, 40s, I think um, a little bit early to cut it off. I think. You sure was 34? In Georgia, I think we had someone who was older than 34 still competing in amateur. Good night, Matt. Thank you for being here. Have a good evening. Okay, another round. It's gonna be fourth round. So now I'm gonna do um, explosive. I'm not gonna move that much, and I'm not gonna weave that much. I'm gonna do two three puncher combos, maybe even four, like three four puncher combos for muscular endurance, because it's very important. You don't want to just be like, huh. And I'll be honest. Sometimes I don't think I struggle physically with that, but even in inspiring side, pacing wise, I don't want to get tired too early, and sometimes I just go into too much playing, which is not a bad thing. You can play like that. It's actually working for first couple three rounds, maybe in the professional bout, but then you want to be able to do like 1 2 3, like one, 1 2 3, one. Just simple 1 2 3 combos from different directions. And to train that, you need to do that on a heavy bag. You need to do rounds. You need to do interval burnouts to do that. So I'm gonna do it 2 minutes. Different. I'm gonna go faster, go harder. As long as I do two, three, four punches. Okay. So, water. Here we go. So, 1 2 3, 1 2 3. I like to push. 1 2 3, 1 2 3. 1 2 3, 1 2 3, 1 2 3. a little bit nauseous. Whew. Ah, thank you. Appreciate it. Push myself a little bit hard now. Whew. Quite rough, actually, this one. Whew. Okay, let me lay down a little bit. Oh. Okay, I gotta slow down a little bit, I guess. It's, when I feel like when you sometimes you work on a heavy bit quite hard, a good pace, but after that one round, you feel nauseous. So I'm just laying down to relax and even it out. Whew. Hamzat against Alex was wrestling, yes. Okay, I would like to see wrapping your wrist with bandages next time. Okay? Yes. Well, you will see that a lot of boxers and people who train for quite a long amount of time, they don't do that at every training. Like I haven't hurt my wrist forever, and that came with the experience, the year experience, of course. But we always wrap them when we have extensive hard work, a lot of heavy punching, when we do sparrings and that kind of stuff. Of course, we wrap our bands. Everything can happen. But you will see, I'm just saying that it's very common that a lot of people don't do that just to save the up time or just don't want to bother. It's boxing. This specifically what I'm doing right now is boxing. Let me get my water. Water is never as delicious as it is. During the heavy training or after when you drink it, and a special cold one, it's like it tastes amazing. Grass or Shevchenko? To me, Shevchenko. She's one of the best. Like her and Amanda Nunes are arguably one of the best in the female MMA in general. I think hand wraps is more for sanitation purposes, so your gloves won't smell like vinegar. Well, good for me. I um, I like to how you call that in English when you put and air out the gloves and equipment, including the wraps, because you don't wash wraps all the time, every time after you train, right? That doesn't make sense. But what you do, you want to air them out, so well, it doesn't smell like vinegar. So it's a good point. It's way safer when you have your own gloves. When there is a gym gloves, it's better to put on wraps. I can tell you, it's better to put on some some rubber gloves too, in my opinion. I'm from Georgia, but not the United States. I'm from Georgia, the country, particularly from Tbilisi. Well, basically same country as Tapuria's originally from, and Mirab as well. Ah, okay. Yes, Mirab Tavalishvili. That's right. Okay, guys. Well, I did I think I did 5 rounds of specific work. Yeah, it's been with a longer rest, so I'm not timing my rest time. However, it's not bad. It's a good like a Kickstarter. Now I can just be with you in the chat, guys, and well, let's try certain combos. I can do some request combos. Just try certain combos that you ask me to do. Um, but main part of the training, so like time rounds and that kind is done. It's for now. It feels like it's more than enough. I'm gonna get back. Like from now on, I'm gonna just keep training again, and obviously gonna increase that groove and timing and push myself a little bit more to get back to good endurance. But other than that, yeah, today let's just keep it as a free work. We would like to say after main training, just do whatever you want, and we would go a little bit extra, but more like a lighter work on the bag or some shadow boxing or some work with the mirror, a little bit pat sometimes, that kind of stuff. Let me just fix this. Hello from UK. Hi. You're boxing a lot. Yeah, I mean, I've been boxing like long time totally. But then for amateur boxing, I retired, and I didn't have like a long amateur career or something. It was back in Georgia where they didn't have too much to do. Kind of feel it, but it was not perfect exactly. But then I just moved on with my life. I delved into coaching and personal training, but not only boxing, it's more like a trauma prevention and general longevity and health, a little bit of nutrition. And then I just kept training for myself. And last year, I decided to, yeah, why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I try? Especially within the YouTube, I'm explaining and showing all that stuff. Well, why wouldn't I show my journey and actual my fights and just trying and practicing things that I've been preaching or advising others. So that's basically the goal. That's how I also been boxing or training boxing more consistently since the beginning of last year. Okay, what combo you use, like jab, right hook, or what? Yeah, you can do that. So let me just put it a little bit like one-sided so you can see. I'll stand on one side and then try to do the combo you mentioned. Okay, so here we go. That looks okay. Um, so in boxing, it's like a school book for every beginner boxer. Just needs your you don't start usually. I mean, as more of the professional and more experienced boxer, you might do that because you just start with right. A lot of southpaws do that. They like to do that. However, conventional is you always set up all the combos with the jab. And so very quick, good distance controlling. So jabs are everything. Jab is a foundation, right? And then obviously after when you start a combo from the first jab, you can add up you do jab and then you cross. This is the most like cloud 2+2. It's like 1, 2, and you go back. There's different ways. If you're a taller boxer, you can just go rely on your reach. You don't really need to focus too much on the guard necessarily. You can be more like, yeah, and just control this is a good footwork. When you're shorter boxer, you're more like jab, cross. See, I'm already leaning more like a Tyson style, Kobe style punching. But it's still, in essence, is the same combo. And obviously you can do right hook. I am not fan of the right hooks, I'll be honest. I do that when I'm in close distance, but just throwing it like this, I don't have that such a long reach. To me, I would rather one throw the cross, and then after that I would throw the left hook, and that's a good, pretty good leverage and good momentum there. Me and Becky, who wins? Becky at all times. Okay, so what do we have here? Backhand considered illegal, like you do right hook or a right backhand. Well, you should not land it on the back, yeah, on the backhand. or the on the backside of your head of the opponent's head. So technically it is, but it really depends on the referee if they see it or not, and that's kind of indicates on their professionals too. The professional referees, they have a very strong eye. They see that, and they're going to give you a warning if you do that, and they even can deduct points if you do that repeatedly. Uh, but it doesn't consider when it's a close distance, it's a little bit bleeding, and it might look that it's a backhand, but in reality, it's just sleeping punch. That is not considered to be a backhand. Yeah, for kickboxing, backhand is fine. For boxing, they're not legal. Yes. 1, 2, 5, 3 is my go. Oh, interesting. What is five? Because we usually, at least in what I've been taught boxing, it's like you count 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like usually you count like that straight punches. Sometimes you do 1, 2, hook, 4. Like so, it's yeah. The numerology is a little bit tricky there. Yeah, I'm in Asia and Vietnam specifically right now in Saigon. My footwork is insane. Oh, it's funny. I'm actually on my feet quite well. However, when it comes to the actual sparring, it still takes a lot of work. It still takes a lot of integration to just do it as fluent as possible. Okay. All right. I'll show you my combo how I do this. And there was a jab and right hook. It can be, and actually, it might work very well, especially if you try to take on the distance. And so in my case, the sort of a jab, if I already here have the distance that I can get in and almost do like a sort of overtime. Some mix of the overtime and the right hook. And in this case, that one can be very damaging because very often the person they lean this direction and then you just hit them right in the moment they're moving towards you. So that can be very efficient. However, I usually tend to jab. I would keep cross, so I would be like, hold on, and from here, see? Left, left foot. So I do like, I would do like, and sometimes I would just go cut the angle away while like the foot is not. So yeah, something like this. It's 10, 5, 10. Good boxing, good height in boxing. Well, it depends on the weight class, but if you can get a little bit lower weight class with that height, yes, it's good. But how do I know? I'm 5'2" at the best. Whew. I'm from Ireland. I'm not. A lot of people think I am, but I'm not. I'm not even a real ginger. I'm more of a Slavic type of blonde or like a light brown hair color, but that's what I inherited from my mom and the looks and the features. But ginger, you guys agree, it suits me. If I lie like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Yes, that's famous Ali quote. Hey, hitting the back. Huh. Yes, well, back is this little this little fella is super underrated when it comes not boxers themselves, but I think casuals. I'm not calling you guys casuals. I'm just saying a lot of people are like, oh, everyone can do it on heavy back. That's true. That's true. Everyone can look good on heavy back. However, heavy back is perfect for training punching power, for training boxing endurance with the via burnouts. Listen, try to aim to have 3 minutes each round, do 12 rounds and non-stop except the minutes rest between. If you get to that level of endurance and stamina and pacing, you're not gonna feel very bad on the ring either. You know what I mean? So it really depends how you use it. Everything has its purpose. And heavy back is an important part of boxing. It doesn't make you a good boxer, but it can help you to contribute in becoming one. Slavic American, why are you such a fighter who beat you up? I'm not American Georgian. I'm Georgian from Georgia, from Caucasus region, Sakartvelo Georgian. Gamarjoba. Um, yes, so yeah, I don't know anything about Slavic US folks. Oh, good. No, no, fortunately, no. But my husband, my husband currently, who is my husband, he's a big guy. He's been proximity wing supplied. I'm teaching him actually. I taught him how to throw some good boxing punches, so he is now a good bodyguard to me. But well, we train a lot together, and even he likes to stand on like with me and let me punch, and yeah, like measure my power and just let me just punch and punch and punch, and sometimes we do like a some I teach him some technical sparring, so it's more of a fun. It's great when you have a spouse and you can do things like that together. You would make an amazing live action actress, Loy, if they were made in a show. Maybe. I'm horrible at memorizing lines, though, but I guess I could try. Very good, a very lively woman. Thank you for streaming us. You're training good as well. Thank you. God bless. Diego Lopez punches combos so fast he knocks his opponents and bring back in the second punch. Is that real? Well, I mean, he punches well, but like it's so power comes actual power, punching power specifically comes for velocity. So you kind of have to be fast. Yeah, there in the heavyweights there are some boxers that like Foreman he was not that fast, but he was like just powerful, just strong, big. And if he would land that one punch, it's a knockout, right? But mostly the even that kind of power will be more enhanced if it's created through velocity. So there is even thing. The power is created through velocity. So if you just try to throw the punch like this, you actually restrain your own self, right? But if you learn the right technique and you do, it doesn't have to be super fast. Obviously, if you go super fast, you compromise on the power. But there's nothing wrong because sometimes you need that speed rather than power, right? Because in the boxing, it's not only about power; it's about playing the chess. But there is a certain moment. There's a certain moment when you create that speed, power through velocity, and you actually punch hard. Let me show you. Let me show you if you can see the a little difference here. And there's someone else also saying, do combos on the back, do double jab, the punch the left hook, and then the right hook. Okay, I can show you that right now, but also then show you the powerful punches. In my case, how it looks like. So here we go. You said double jab, left hook. So basically, come, 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 come. That's good. So come, come, come. And that's the thing. A double jab doesn't have to be super high. It has to be steady, but like always not clumsy. It doesn't have to be super high. It's more like a annoying setup. But that's okay. Trust me, that feels in your opponent's head. That lens. Come, come. And then that one over has to be you create momentum, power to velocity, and then you follow with the right. So again, but then actually that is more complicated because here I always prefer to finish with the left hand. But in boxing, in this case, we do both. So you do like 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's really up to you. Uh, Sorry guys, I'm still not 100% back, so I have to empty my nose and some gross things, but what is what it is. I'm 36, just had my first boxing class 2 days ago. It is difficult. Well, congratulations, and pace it down a little bit. Don't try to, don't look at others in a way that, oh, everyone's doing well and you're not, and you have to, don't create that resistance in your brain, okay? Start, maybe if it takes a pacing down, pace down, but enjoy it. Enjoy it, get into a habit of doing it in consistency and discipline, and gradually increase the momentum and focus on basics. You don't have to do anything else except basics. Even the best of the best, uh, like Emmanuel Stewart, the Kronk Gym coach and one of the legendary coaches, boxers who would come to him, or who he raised, or even the ones who he would work, he would just break them down. Like with Klitschko, Klitschko was like, "Why are we doing this? Those are like I would do that in school." It's like, yes, because those are basics. Basics are the foundation, right? So yeah, don't waste your time on all of it and being all over. Focus on basics and pace it down if it needs to. Hello, hello, subscribe. Thank you. You know how to kick too? Oh, a little bit. I mean, I like some of the like low kicks, and I can do head kicks. It was back from karate, but even now I did it, and I was like, if I put full force, I'm gonna hurt my legs. So no, I'm not gonna do it in full force. But I know technique. In boxing, counter touch or direct attack, which is safer? Well, that's the thing. Countering, you rely on a lot of time. Boxers, less experienced ones, make the mistake of waiting for the opponent, and it's obvious that they want to counter, right? So both work, but both have to be done smart. If we want to counter and make it, we need to make it as blunt as possible. Meaning, use a lot of jabs. Get like you gotta use a lot of lighter punches, or just just annoying thing, just to make the person snap. Because at some point they might be in their gut, and you just farm them with the punches with the thought that that now they're gonna come at you, and then you can counter them, right? While they're trying to counter you. So it's like a counter on upon the counter. This is how you would do the counter. And when it comes to the offense, even there, I mean, if you can, obviously, you would just go like hard. I mean, sometimes it just works. You just go 1, 2, and that's it. You don't need to do more than that. But if you're against someone elite who can counter you, who can sidestep you, who are hard punchers and are basically a danger to you, even if you are doing offense, and that Picabo was a very good example of it. They would do like Tyson would be one, and then always wait 1, 2, sleep. He always moved like after punch. There was always some sort of dodging, and while moving forward. In the classic style, same. It can be like 1, 2, 3, a little retreat because the person came in, and then again. So even the offense in this case has to be mixed with some being the readiness of being able to defend yourself or retreat for a second from that potential punch. One jab, two cross, three left hook, four right hook, five left uppercut. Okay, six right uppercut. Well, let me tell you, we never did it that way in boxing in Georgia. I don't know why, but thank you for educating me on that one. Okay, I'll show you one more, just how to do the hard punch, like how I do it. Speed, power through the lung. Okay, show that. So this is too fast. This is more like it's like 30%. It's still efficient. It depends how you use it and when you use it. But if we're talking about like the hard punching like this, I'll show you. I'll use hooks because those straights and hooks are the ones that I so well at. Those here it will be. So you see, it wasn't the fastest combo, but it was fast enough, and it was focused on creating the power. Okay. again. Okay. And you see, I try to push jab into it. It's not just a fake jab, it's an actual five on two combo. And same with the left, the hooks. Let's see. You see? Not the fastest, but it's still, I need to really recreate as much power as I can. A really, really powerful heavy punch. I still need to create certain velocity. So, yeah, that's all I wanted to show you. How do you uppercut on a heavy back? You can uppercut like this, a little bit like that, but it's kind of like a mix of the low hooks for the uppercuts. You have the bags that has the curve that is easier to do that. So usually in the gyms they have equipments like that. 1, 2, 5, 3. It's three being a power punch. Yes. 1, 2. So it's 1, 2. 5 was the left uppercut, and 3 was it the left hook? Yeah, it was left hook. So we did do 1, 2, 3, 4. If I'm not mistaken. Well, your speed is amazing. I mean, uh, I bet there are a lot of fast boxers in my weight class, and it kind of makes sense. But yeah, I mean, I'm getting there. I mean, you definitely don't want to be behind on the speed with in a lighter weight classes. But okay, guys. You know what? I'm gonna get going now from the training. I'm pretty much done. And I'm gonna go try to get a coffee or something. And I'm looking forward maybe to try make a live stream again, so I can respond more to the questions in the second live stream soon after. So yeah, feel free to join for that another live stream. And your form is incredibly on point. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. I'm working on it. Like that's the point of this channel. I'm showing it's not being about others or like, oh, I was just that way. I worked my ass for it. Okay. And I'm even showing the journey how it happens. And with the downfalls and trying to have a right attitude towards the long term preparation and long term goal achievement. So thank you for being here, guys. And yeah, I mean, see you in a bit. I'm gonna try maybe within half an hour maximum. I just try to get some fresh coconut, something, just to chill and maybe recharge my phone a little bit, and we can do a little bit of the Q&A type of live stream. Okay, well, have a good day, a good night, where depending where you're from, and I see you soon. Ciao. Thanks for subscription. Bye bye.